Somewhere in that fine landscape of a city, a rock and roll band was born. Gene Simmons is part of that rock and roll band as an icon. Millions know him as the frontman of the legendary band KISS. And as I mentioned, right in the 70s, it was formed. They ran around town looking like that. Fans got to see a different side of the rocker when he starred in the long-running hit reality TV series, Gene Simmons Familly Jewels. Well, now we get to see another side of this Renaissance man, the painter. There he is, doing his thing. Gene Simmons, the artist, unveils his never-before-seen collection next month in Las Vegas. And joining us live this morning to talk about his artwork and so much more, the one and only Gene Simmons. Buenos días.
Buenos días. ¿Cómo está, guapa?
Yo estoy muy bien, guapo. Before I forget, happy early birthday. I hear it's your birthday tomorrow.
Thank you, but all of us should wake up and smell the roses because every day above ground is your birthday, and you better get used to that idea. Waiting for some bizarre calendar frame. Okay, now you're supposed to celebrate life. No, get up every day. You've got your health. You live in America. Whoopee! It's my birthday.
Amen to that. So I need to understand.
By the way, the little Spanish you and I just spoke.
Yes.
I was the assistant to the director of the Puerto Riqueño Interagency Council, the Boricua. And so I was the only Judeo in the office because of a government mandate. And so I learned a lot about, the culture and everything, and learned to correctly pronounce Spanish words, at least in the Boricuan dialect, which is different than the Cubans. And
if I didn't love you enough before, I just fell in love with you all over again, because I also know that you have a special place in your heart for the Bronx. But I want to get to your I want to get to your painting first. Did you always have this skill, or did it evolve? Talk to me about your journey.
I don't know about. Thank you for asking. I don't know about skills and schmills and all that. The best thing to do is just to dive into the deep end of the pool and see what happens. This idea of being trained. I can drive my truck. Oh, there I am.
There you are.
Good-looking son of a. Good-looking guy. And so I can't read or write music, but we've done well with KISS for almost 50 years. I write songs there, but I don't know what I'm doing. I can drive my truck, but if you lift the hood, I don't know how the engine works. So I've always doodled all my life. And I never followed rules. You just got to do it your own way and see what happens. Andy Warhol, who I used to hang with in the old Studio 54 days.
Yes.
I found myself one day in the studio and I watched him work. He actually didn't touch the canvas.
Really?
He was like a director in the movie. Yeah, he said, give me a little red, give me a little this. And I never thought it would come to this. I started painting during the pandemic. And now all of a sudden I've got this huge art show in Las Vegas, October 14, 15, and 16.
How did you decide that you wanted to start showing your work publicly now? Is it just because you amassed this collection?
That's an 8-foot piece. Some of them are just ginormous. I didn't think at all about it. I was in Las Vegas and I socially met a guy who owns an art gallery, an amazing art gallery. That's what it's called, actually. And he said, wow, these are magnificent. Who did that? I'm going, you really think it's good? He goes, yeah, this is fantastic. Who is this guy? I said, I did that. You really think it's good? And so, yeah, I want to do a show. I want to do this. I want to do that. It sort of happened. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making your plans.
Yeah.
I had no plans.
You had no.
I mean, look at you. You're a little sweet Latina. And did you imagine when you were a little girl that you'd be on TV, adored by millions?
No, adored by no one except my children. No, I thought I was going to be the first Puerto Rican senator for the United States.
You have children?
I have 2 kids.
You're 12 years old.
Oh, then you know what? Do you have an hour? Because I'd like to keep you on this broadcast for quite a long time. And do you mind if I bring in my teammates? Because we are so excited for you. We have so many questions to ask you. And I think,
congratulations.
That's Ben, Vanessa,
of
Betty.
Course.
This is Gene.
Hi, Ben. Hey, Ben, thanks for dressing up for the TV.
I wore black for you. Gene, this is for you. I wore black for you.
Very cool. You just come from the gym, or you're going there?
By the way, thank you for thinking that I go to the gym. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it.
You're a powerful and attractive man.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You as well. I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But I want to ask you because you know you're famous for your tongue. In Blue Man Group, they have
All right, settle down. It's
I know, right? I know.
It's
I know.
watching.
Hey, I've seen it many times. Big fan of the tongue. So the Blue Man Group, they use paint that they put in their mouth and they spit it on the canvas. Have you ever done any artwork with your tongue, being that it's so famous?
What a great idea. No.
Well,
There you go.
What a great idea. I have used my fingers, you know, because I don't care. I've used gardening tools. You saw some of the footage there.
Yeah.
I was using a gardening tool to move the paint around because I don't know what the rules are. And I've used my fingers because a paintbrush didn't give me what I was imagining in my mind. But my tongue.
Yeah.
that opens up
I-
a whole
Sick,
new
though.
It's
realm.
a vegetable-based paint. The Blue Man Group use a vegetable-based paint,
Okay, well,
and
there
you
you
can
go.
put it in your mouth, and it's safe, and they spit it onto canvas, and they do this big thing. You could do that, sir.
You know, somehow I knew you would just go to the extreme on morning television.
T-shirt. It's the T-shirt.
Use my
Well,
tongue and very
Instead of
nice.
using it, you might just paint it, right? Just paint a version
picture
of
of
it.
it.
A picture
Paint,
of it.
paint my tongue?
No, on canvas.
Probably not.
Oh.
Gene, there's someone who's camera shy. I don't know why, because he loves the camera. But when he found out you were joining us this morning, he said, I have a picture of me and Gene Simmons. I don't know if you know meteorologist Byron Miranda.
Oh,
my
He's
God,
on
Byron.
Instagram, at Byron Miranda. At Byron Miranda.
He was on that day. He was being very improper,
He grabbed you.
and I mean, he's holding on to me like
dear
I'm
life.
a member of the opposite sex, and that's not very.
That's,
I didn't know. I didn't know if he had serious intentions or not. But you know, I'm also in a band that wears more makeup and higher heels than the ladies on this
Indeed.
show.
well,
When are you
And
performing again?
We're currently in a safe touring environment. We were in a sold-out show in Hartford, and because of not just the pandemic, but the big, there we are.
Oh, it's
Yes.
amazing.
Magnificent. Best show on earth.
Oh.
And the Hartford folks, including the wonderful police department, shut the show down because of this tornado that came through. And so we want to be safe. We will honor all the tickets. We will be back. And eventually, because we're New York boys, you know, we came from, we rehearsed at 10 East 23rd Street. And within a year and a half, we were at 33rd Street at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
3 sold-out shows. So it happened very fast. I'm the best-looking guy over there on the left.
obviously.
Hey, quick question before you have to go. Do you do your own makeup? Who does that? I've always wondered.
No, we always have. I've always done. Everybody in the band does their own makeup.
Wow. Talent.
That black and white footage is actually from one of the very first shows we ever did at the Coventry Club, right on Northern Boulevard, right over the bridge in Queens.
Oh my gosh, over the Whitestone. Holy
incredible.
smokes. Gene Simmons, we have sadly run out of time, but I wonder what was going on in your mind when you just looked at that footage from 1973?
You know, my mom, bless her, lived to be 93 years of age, and she used to say corny stuff. I used to think, you know, every day above ground is a good day and stuff like that. My mother's the smartest person I've ever known. She was my moral compass. And she said, I mean, when you're a young kid, you're a putz and you don't know anything. And you go, you got your health, you live in America, nothing's going to hold you back. And she's so right.
That's right.
Gene
Amen to
Simmons,
that.
congratulations on your artwork, continued success with KISS, and I hope at some point you can come back into the studio and maybe do a little painting and singing.
Yeah.
How much?
How much painting?
I will make you some tostones with arroz con pollo.
Don't start something you're not going to finish. This is family television.
Oh, so
Gene
good to
Simmons,
see you.
thanks again so much.
Absolutely. Have a good one.